Welcome back to Instabills, everyone. So I'm going to go with you guys in the S&P 500. Again, this is the SPY. We have a very important CPI report coming in this Wednesday. Our expectation is at 8.8. Our recent CPI was at 8.6. We had an increase in CPI from 2 CPIs before our recent CPI 8.6 was at 8.5. So we had an increase at 8.6 recently. So our expectation is that we will get an increase in CPI. Now, Jean-Pierre, about 30 minutes after close, just mentioned that we should be expecting new CPI data to be elevated. So we're going to see if we do continue on higher with our CPI report. Again, if you guys don't remember, Jen Psaki did the same thing, mentioned before CPI previously that we were going to have a negative CPI before CPI even happened, and we did continue on lower, so we are going to be careful. Now, before we jump into this, all I ask in return is you smash that like button, and if you do not want to miss any of our market updates or our potential breakouts that I mentioned throughout the week, hit subscribe. And if you guys are day traders or you guys are looking for intraday perspective breakouts all throughout the week, go to instabills.com in the description below, and only for $15 a month, you guys will never miss a breakout alert today again. So let's jump into this one. So jumping into the daily chart with you guys here on the SPY, again, we are leading into CPI this Wednesday. Our expectation is at 8.8. Our recent CPI was at 8.6. If we get an increase in CPI over 9.0, in my opinion, then we could have a major rally to the downside. As you guys can see here on the MACD, we do have our white shaded line showing us that possible shift in momentum. We did mention yesterday, if we do get a white shaded line coming in, then we could have that possible shift in momentum. And again, anticipating CPI this Wednesday, and after Jean-Pierre just mentioned that we should be expecting a highly elevated CPI coming in. So again, we're just going to be careful here, making sure we are careful as we have this white shaded line, because that could mean a continuation on white shaded lines, which could give us that shift of momentum and a possible pullback. Now, looking at our relative strength, again, we did want to see if we can continue on above our median over MACD. As you guys can see, we did pull back below it today, so we're going to be careful. That could mean a possible pullback. Again, that possible pullback that CPI just may do, as we are overall looking for a pivot from the Feds, and with the decrease in CPI, there's less of a chance that that would happen anytime soon. So we're just going to be carefully digging into CPI, see if we do jump back over the median over MACD, and again, looking for more confirmation again from our rejection that we had before we got our bullish divergence on this bounce that we had recently. So we're going to be careful, making sure we do get that momentum to the upside and get that increase in buy pressure and get a continuation on buy pressure to make sure we do get confirmation on that continuation on higher. Now, playing to the downside, again, we do have our level here on our VPVR. Again, this is our volume profile. As you guys can see here at about 375, we want to see if we get an increase in sell volume to the downside here if we are playing to the downside. But again, just staying careful as we do have our 20 below our 50 still. We are not curling up for a possible continuation on higher quite yet. So we are going to see if we do play out. Again, we did come out with a doji candle coming out today, a very indecisive candle, as we did have that continuation on higher, showing us not as much strength since we do not have our EMA lines above the median of our MACD. Again, still looking to see if we can get our EMA lines above the median of our MACD to have more continuation. So we have CPI coming in this Wednesday. We'll see if we do get above 8.8, if we do get below 8.6, and then a possible decrease and talks on a possible pivot. Now, looking at our Bollinger Band here, as you guys can see, we do have the lower end and the upper end of our Bollinger Band pointing at each other, again, showing us that indecisiveness like we mentioned yesterday, and sure enough, getting that doji candle coming out as that indecisive response to our Bollinger Bands. Again, the upper end of our Bollinger Band pointing down as the lower end of our Bollinger Band is pointing up, showing us that indecisive move, and sure enough, getting that doji candle coming out today. So we'll see exactly what CPI again says on Wednesday. And lastly, as you guys can see, looking at our volume, as you guys can see, we have a decrease in volume, not too much of a decrease in volume. We did have some sell volume coming in as we are getting that pullback leading into CPI and anticipating a possible continuation on a higher CPI. Now, if we are looking for one specific level that we want to bounce back from and continue on higher from to get more confidence on that continuation on higher, we would be looking to see if we can break back over 412 here on the SPY. As you guys can see, we did have our previous consolidation and multiple indecisive points at this point before we did continue on lower, and we also did have confirmation on the body of our candle breaking down below a point that we did not break down below previously, giving us confirmation on this continuation on lower, and again coming back, retesting, and then continuing on lower. So we're going to see if we can break back over this, or again, as we are expecting with Jean-Pierre mentioning that we're going to have that elevated increase in CPI, that we did continue on lower. Now, again, with that said, if you are a day trader or you are looking for intraday perspective breakouts within the same day, join over 400 members in our Instabills room in the description below, and you will never miss a breakout alert today again. And again, all of you Instabills that come over every single day and support the channel, I appreciate every one of you guys. You guys mean a lot to me, and I will continue to go at it with you guys, and we're going to continue to stay strong no matter how bad the market gets. I'm personally getting excited about what kind of discounts we have ahead if we do continue on lower, or if we do continue on higher, just simply looking for confirmation here, and we will continue to stay patient, take what the market gives us. An insane breakout with our higher risk play with KSPN today, and earlier this morning with PLRX mentioning right before market open, up 70%, jumping up over 150% on the day. Just an insane breakout. Two amazing breakouts that we had in the Instable's room. We will continue to go at it. And again, if you guys do like this video, it does help the channel grow, and I do appreciate it very much. And again, God bless you all, and I'll see you guys in pre-market.